everyone, and welcome to the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world show made for the fans by a fan. I am your host, as always, Richard Tiemann. This is the award-winning Fan Show. That's right. Everyone's a fan of something. We've got something for every fan. Unless you're a fan of Valentine's Day, celebrate tomorrow. We talked about it on the show yesterday. Celebrate Valentine's Day tomorrow. 75% off all the chocolate that you can eat, all the stuff that's been picked over that nobody wanted in the first place. And then you can get, like, not a teddy bear, right, because those ones have already been bought, but like the one-off animals, like the stuffed frog, you can get that for super cheap, dirt cheap. You can get all of the Valentine's Day cards that nobody wanted, the ones that aren't really funny, they're more awkward. You can get those tomorrow for super cheap. But is there a point to Valentine's Day other than, like, if you're younger, you express your love for someone, and I don't know, as you get older, I think you just kind of... You wing it. You take what you get, and you celebrate other holidays just more, right? Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, and then you can have impromptu holidays. You make up names for them, like it's our middle of summer holiday. Let's take a holiday. But Valentine's Day has always been weird to me. So me and my wife will celebrate tomorrow, and we will... get a bunch of chocolates, we'll get a bunch of candies and stuff, all like 3 times the amount of what you would pay for just one item we will get tomorrow. So I'm excited about Valentine's Day. This will be, I think, our 5th time celebrating Valentine's Day. Yes, Adam says, Valentine's Day is overrated. I agree wholeheartedly. Very, very overrated, but it's, you know, for some people they love this holiday. I don't know why, but for some people it's like that day that all of a sudden they have a significant other. 364 other days of the year, you don't really hear about that significant other except for maybe that person's birthday. But Valentine's Day, it's kind of like wishing your mom Happy Mother's Day. There's a lot of my friends out there, people that I know on Facebook. I don't even know if their parents are still alive until they wish them Happy Mother's Day or Father's Day on Mother's Day and Father's Day. But Valentine's Day is just funny. All over Instagram and Snapchat, people that I didn't even know had significant others coming out of the woodwork. Like, hey, Happy Valentine's Day to my rock, to my one and only, that special someone that I don't talk about any other time during the year except for right now on Valentine's Day because I'm social media obligated to. Maybe. So it is what it is. Valentine's Day is super, super weird. It's such a weird day. I celebrate St. Patrick's Day harder than I do Valentine's Day because it's the one time of the year that you can get green beer on purpose, not by accident. I don't know how much food coloring you add to the beer to make it green, but I know that they have it down to a science for St. Patrick's Day, and I'll leave it to the experts. I really will. Tomorrow, though, here's a fun fact for you. Tomorrow, let me make sure that I've got this right on my Facebook memories, but tomorrow is a special day for the Fan Show. Let me make sure that is, in fact, the case for tomorrow. Some of you may know what I'm referring to. But let's see. Yeah. Yep. It was tomorrow. So February 15th last year, the Fan Show won an award. When you start a podcast, especially on a whim because a friend of yours told you to do it, you don't really think that you're going to be nominated for any awards, let alone win one. And I was nominated for Best Media in Spokane for the Entrepreneurship Awards. And I put it out there for you guys, the people of Fan Nation, to vote. And I remember showing up at the awards ceremony, and they asked who I was and who I was with, and I told them, and they were like, oh, the F.A.N show. Well, we're glad that you're here. And I was like, okay. Afterward, they said that it was the media category was the category that had some of the toughest competition in it. And I got, like, I crushed the competition, and I owe that to you guys. So thank you, people of F.A.N Nation. You guys, will you be my Valentine? Because it seems to be that this is our anniversary. But yes, and here it is, right? For those of you watching on Facebook Live, this is what I took home last year. The light bulb. I love this trophy. I really do. There's pictures of it up on social media, Facebook, and so forth. But yeah, this is what the F.A.N show took home last year. Thanks to you guys. I owe you guys the world for that. I will not forget it. It's up in the studio. But yes, the F.A.N show won Best Media February 15th of last year. And wow. I mean, that set the tone for 2018. And it was quite a year. I mean, it really did set a high bar, and I loved it. So let's go ahead. Let's get to the headlines. Let's start this thing off the right way. And the headlines are that it is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you. Celebrate tomorrow. Happy Un-Valentine's Day. And then, of course, tomorrow marks 1 year since we won. As I see the date right on it. It's been one of those days. It's really been one of those days. I'm looking at the date. I had to check my Facebook memories, and the date is on the award. But, oh well. So, yes, the 2018 Spokane Entrepreneurship Awards. Your winner for Best Media, the show made for the fans by the fans. Okay? And that's pretty cool. So, headlines brought to you by Dynamite Enterprises. They make cool stickers like this one. They make business cards. They make notepads. They make T-shirts. They make hats, tablecloths, backdrops, anything that you might need custom designed. Put your artwork or your logo on it. You got to go and hit up Dynamite Enterprises. And they also make awards, too. If I wanted an award for myself, I could ask them to make one. But I'd rather win an award like we did this time last year for Best Media. So hit up Ethan at dynamiteenterprises.com. Or if you want to see what they offer, then go to dynamiteenterprises.com. Tell them the F.A.N show sent you. First, breaking news today, Jimmy Uso was arrested last night, according to TMZ. Look, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm scrolling through social media, be it Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, if there's breaking news and it says the words per TMZ, I'm hesitant. I'm pumping the brakes. I'm like, I don't know how credible this story is, because have we really come so far in 2018, 2019 now that TMZ is a credible source for breaking news and not gossip? It blew my mind. But they broke the story, and other people confirmed it, more reliable sources. But if I see TMZ anywhere on breaking news or something, I'm just like, okay, I'll wait until like a real news source releases something, and then we'll go from there. But Jimmy Uso arrested for drunken disorderly conduct. Apparently, Naomi and him were in the car together, and she was driving down the wrong way of a one-way. Which, if you've ever been in Spokane, we got a lot of one-ways all of a sudden, right? Like the whole outside of downtown is two ways. There's even two ways in downtown, but yet everywhere else in the downtown area, with the exception of like two streets, are one-way streets. You have to make like 3 right turns to get back to where you originally started. You can't just flip a U-ey and go back the other way. So I've done it. I know people that still do it, and they've lived here their whole lives. They have started to go down the wrong way of a one-way, and it's scary. It is, but it happens. So I'm not going to say that signifies that they were intoxicated or anything. In fact, there's nothing that says in the report that Naomi was intoxicated. However, when the police pulled them over for driving down the wrong way of a one-way, They said, quote, the vehicle reeked of alcohol. Jimmy Uso got out of the vehicle, confronted the officer, and squared up with him and wanted to fight him. So, I mean, Naomi could have just been driving her drunk husband to the hotel or home. I mean, and maybe he just got a little out of hand. But it doesn't sound like it's something that... Well, one, I've never heard of them getting in trouble like this before. And some people are just like, I saw tweets, well, you know, he had it coming. Why? Like, this is the first time I've heard... Like, Jeff Hardy has a history of drug and alcohol abuse. In fact, Samoa Joe has made a point to call him out on it during certain promos and segments on wrestling. Jimmy and Jay and Naomi, I don't recall having any kind of alcohol problems or drug problems or anything like that, at least in recent memory. So this isn't something that, like, you know, he should know better, he should have seen coming. It could have just been an honest accident or mistake, but there's more details to come. And yes, Adam says Usos probably out of Sunday's tag team match. I don't know. They could still be in it. It's only Thursday. But, yes, exactly. Adam says Rob Van Dam. I mean, there's guys that have a history that have problems with drugs and alcohol, and to say that just because something happens to someone one time, that it's like a habitual thing because of the industry that they're in or their culture or their surroundings is just unfair. That's like saying that me, as someone in media, that I always lie. It's just, that's a stereotype, and I don't even know where people would get that stereotype. But anyway, so wish Jimmy all the best. I hope it's nothing. We'll see what they do about the tag team title match at Elimination Chamber, which is this Sunday. And I'm looking forward to it. They're going to crown the first ever women's tag team champions. I think that'll really be something special. It's weird that they're doing it in an Elimination Chamber, but hey, you know, it is what it is. They can do their thing. And then in other news, we are just 8 days away from the kickoff of the Indoor Football League 2019 regular season. We talked to Coach Corey Roberson of the Green Bay Blizzard last night, so if you missed that one, go and check it out. It's a great conversation. We talked about the new look Blizzard, and I think they're really going to be a great team. So just 8 days away, just over a full calendar week until we have indoor football. National Arena League, though, their season starts a little bit later. And let's see, when is their official kickoff game? Wow, they don't even have the schedule up on the site yet, but there's like 3 teams that have their season schedules out. This weekend, though, we've got week 2 of the Alliance of American Football, and I was going to do some predictions with you guys. Winners and losers, no scores, just because I'm still not quite used to how this game works as far as the finer details go. But we have the Salt Lake Stallions will visit Birmingham to take on the Iron. The Arizona Hotshots will go to Memphis to take on the Express. The Orlando Apollos will visit San Antonio and the Commanders. And then the Atlanta Legends will make a trek across country to San Diego to visit the Fleet. And so looks like Birmingham and San Antonio are the only teams that are having another home game, where Memphis and San Diego will host their first home game this weekend. Salt Lake and Birmingham, this one's going to be interesting. I feel like if Birmingham's defense is for real, then they can they'll do some damage to Salt Lake. But I think Salt Lake had something going last week, and we'll see. But Birmingham... Oof, that's a tough team. I'm going to give the win to the home team only because they're the home team. I think this will be a higher scoring game. I don't think that Birmingham's going to pitch another shutout. I don't. I think Salt Lake will score points against them. And Nick Truesdale is going to be the guy in the end zone. He's going to do work for them. Arizona at Memphis. This one's tough because Memphis hasn't played a home game yet. They were embarrassed in week 1. They're obviously going to look to bounce back. Singletary's not one to take losses lightly. But Arizona looked very, very good. We did our first ever power rankings for the AAF yesterday, and Arizona was they won, but they were one of the top 3 teams. So I think that for this one, I'm going to have to say that Memphis wins, because it's not a home team thing. I just think Memphis is going to get this win just because of how badly they were embarrassed in week 1. But if Arizona can pull off the win, I think Arizona is the real deal in this league. Orlando at San Antonio. This is going to be a true test for both teams. I think this will be the game of the week. Orlando Apollos scoring the most of any of the 8 teams in week 1, 40 points. And San Antonio, holding San Diego to 6 points, only scoring 15 themselves, but their defense looked really good. And Orlando's offense looked really good. I'm going to go Orlando on this one. I think the Apollos make it 2-0. San Antonio takes its first loss, and Orlando emerges as what people will say is the most dangerous team in the AAF after week 2. Atlanta and San Diego, Atlanta and San Diego both have something to prove. They were kind of embarrassed as well, but I think San Diego's defense is what kept them in that San Antonio game so long last week. And they had stuff going on offense. They really, really did. They just didn't they had red zone struggles. And that's weird for a Mike Martz team to have struggles like that offensively. I'm going to give it to San Diego. So I think Birmingham, Memphis, Orlando, San Diego, one away team wins this week after all 4 home teams won in week 1. So those are my predictions for you. On the chat here, we got Adam that says Hackenberg will drop the F-bomb on live TV. And he says Arizona over Memphis 57-0. Oh boy. Okay. 1, your prediction is opposite mine, but 2, 57-0. We might have to have a wager on that, Adam. We might just have to do just that. So there's my week 2 Alliance of American Football predictions. Really not much else going on in the way of headlines. We started a few minutes later than I wanted to. Next week, though, will be our final week of the countdown to IFL kickoff. We'll look to have a few more guests, including part 2 of our Kickers Need Love 2 special that we did last year that was so well received. I love kickers. I give them a hard time, but I love them to death. They're some of the best athletes I know. They're some of my favorite guys. Let's see. Fighting with My Family, the movie produced by The Rock, chronicling Paige, her story of coming to WWE and being a rising star. That comes out tomorrow. And I've seen great reviews, but ever since Rotten Tomatoes gave a bad review, bad score to Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't trust them anymore. I don't trust what they say is certified fresh. But anyway, yeah, Fighting with My Family might be something to go see Valentine's weekend. But enjoy your Valentine's Day. This is the portion of the show where you need to click that link up there to hear my interview with Justin Sumpter, Kennesaw State product. And he was on the show while we were at College Gridiron Showcase. Great kid, great guy, I guess I should say. He's an adult now, and he's going to look to make some waves in football. Hopefully he gets drafted or finds his way to a 53-man roster. And so here is my conversation with the man from Kennesaw, Justin Sumpter. Enjoy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're following up with more of the guys from the College Gridiron Showcase, and with me now is Kennesaw State product, Justin Sumpter. How you doing, man?
Good. How about yourself?
Doing pretty good. I've been enjoying a chance to reconnect with some of you guys. Sounds like you've all been busy, but for the most part, you're excited, but yet you're trying to stay calm. What about you? How's your emotions been since CGS, knowing that the combine's at the end of the month, and then right after that, we got the draft in April?
It's really exciting. Just trying to get as ready as I can for it. College Gridiron Showcase really put me in a good position. Showcase my talent in front of a lot of scouts. I've heard a lot of positive things about me after that. So, just continue to try and improve on the things that say they want to see out of me. Especially like my 40-yard dash. That's the number one thing that they're all concerned about. Just continue to work every day to get to that point.
Fair enough. Well, I've been talking with the guys, and a few of the questions that I've been asking them, seems like I get different answers from each one, which is good. But for you, you had CGS, which was just about, 6 weeks before this, and now you kind of put all your focus and energy into, I imagine, making sure that you're got a routine down, that you're keeping in shape, that you're doing everything that your mentors have told you to do. What's your sort of life been like since CGS? You got a routine down? You got people giving you advice? Like, what's the life of Justin Sumpter?
Really, it's just working out every day. I work out 6 days a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, just working on like my speed and agility things, like 40, the L drill, and the pro shuttle. And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just hitting the field, just working on my routes and stuff like that. So it's pretty routine. It gets a little, when it gets routine, it gets a little boring, but you just got to remember what's at the end of the tunnel. Just keep working towards it. Just stay focused.
Yeah, and that's actually been a topic of our conversations here as well. You guys are in a, you want to have a routine, but you don't, because you want to make sure that you're staying motivated, you're keeping things fresh and different, and that eyes are on the prize. But this is a very unique time for you guys because the path to the draft is only for certain people, and you're one of them. And it's something that has never happened before in your life and will never happen again in your life. So how have you been trying to not only enjoy your experience right now, but also kind of make the most of it?
You talking about how it's just routine, but every day coming out here, just making sure that I'm one step better than I was the day before, or one rep better than the day I was before. Just trying to enjoy every single part of, working out with a bunch of these guys who come from bigger schools. They're going through the same struggle, same journey as me. It helps boost confidence, that working with some of these guys, who played at SEC schools and, Big Ten and things like that. And, I'm right there hand in hand with them when we're doing workouts and stuff. So, just knowing that I am ready for this level too, that helps a lot, just keep working at it,
What's your support system been like through all this? Is it family, friends, coaches, a mix of everything? Like, who's been keeping you honest and pushing you forward?
Yeah, it's really been everybody. My mom and dad, they call me in every day, just asking how training's going. So a bunch of my teammates, they keep up with me, talking a little smack to me, talking about, don't come back here running those 4-6 and stuff like that, just trying to keep me motivated because, it kind of depended on me to set the standard for them because that's one of my biggest motivations. I got a bunch of guys in front of me who want to take the same path. So I feel like I have to put us on the map by, showing out when I go do my pro day and making it to the league and making a name for Kennesaw State. So, the guys up front of me, they'll have easier route than me, coming from the school that just started up. At least people have heard of the name Kennesaw State before, by the work that I've been putting in, just all family and friends, just constantly keeping me lifted up and just telling me to keep grinding and stuff like that.
Well, that's good to know because support system, probably one of the most important things. And for some of you guys, you are inspiring and motivating, and you don't even realize it. There's people that, maybe they're not football players, but they're looking to you, as if they can do it, if they're going to put in this work, I have to, I can do it. There's no excuse. Is there anybody that's reached out to you since your time, either with CGS or just since you left college, that said, hey, you really inspired me, and how did that make you feel? Like, to know that you're not even at a certain level yet, but you're already having that impact on people?
Yeah, eventually, like, guys that I, went to the same high school as me, coming out of the same situation, had like big time names coming out of high school, but now I'm at this time where I might be going to the NFL. They reached out to me and told me like how much I've been inspiring them. They're trying to get to the same levels I'm on now and stuff like that. It's really good feeling. It makes you work even harder because you got guys who are trying to take the same route, who's in the same position as you, just showing them that they can do the same thing.
Well, that's great, man. I'm glad to hear that, guys, that you're blazing a trail for the guys from your high school. It's always important because there's certain schools, there's certain guys that feel like because just their environment where they're at, that they're never going to achieve anything. And it's just not true. It's not the case. You guys proved that at CGS. How has everything been since CGS? Is there anything that happened there that you've sort of has stuck with you while you get ready for your pro day?
Really just, making sure that my routes now coming in from the triple option, we didn't have that many routes to run. So I'm not just getting used to running, like comebacks and stuff like that, out routes, at CGS, it was really like the first time I was actually doing it against competition, instead of just doing it in practice, that's one of the things that a lot of the scouts want to see me do. So I'm taking that away. Taking that from there, working and making sure that, I got my steps right for that, and I'm getting out of the breaks, crisp and stuff like that. So, those are one of the biggest things I took from there.
So I'll ask you what I asked one of the other guys. The ultimate goal, of course, is the same. You want to get to that NFL level. You want to make that 53-man roster. But there's a few different avenues that you can take to get there. Obviously, the draft being one, but you may not even be in Memphis. You may not get to hear your name called and walk across that stage. You might be at home or at a draft party and get that phone call, and then, the cameras show up. You might not get drafted and do the free agency thing and get invited to a camp and then make the 53 from there. A lot of you guys have dreams since you were little kids. Do you have a dream on how this all plays out for you that you would like to see happen?
Biggest dream for me is just, watching the draft, seeing my name pop on the screen, they showing my little highlight clip, that's my biggest dream. And just going from there, once you get your foot in the door, you just got to make the most of the opportunity. So just being around my family and friends, just having that moment, being able to say I was the first one from Kennesaw State drafted, that's my biggest dream right now.
You mentioned seeing your name pop up on the screen in the highlight video. What do you think Mel Kiper would say about you?
I'd probably say this is one of the top sleepers in the draft, coming from a limited offense. A lot of people don't think I can do as much as I can. And, if you watch any film with me, he'll probably see my potential in there. And, he'll say, this big body receiver, come out here and make a lot of noise coming out his first couple years. Once he gets down, being in a regular offense, stuff like that, he really can be one of the top tier receivers in the league.
So there's a team on the clock right now, and you haven't been drafted yet. They're looking for a receiver. Are you the next best available?
Oh, yeah. So, coming from me, I'm gonna do whatever it takes for us to win. I even play a little tight end. That's what it takes. Just any way I can get out there, and the ultimate goal is the championship. I'm not really about the stats, so I feel like that would be a big advantage for a team drafting me because I'm gonna do whatever it takes. I don't need the ball in my hands to make big plays. Blocking was one of my favorite things to do actually in college. A lot of people don't like it doing that as a wide receiver, but I really enjoy it. Putting the DB on his back, getting his head mentally. So it actually becomes more easier when, a pass comes up because you're already in his head. So it makes my job a lot more easier when the ball's in the air. So, you really can't go wrong with drafting me because I can do it all for you.
All right, man. I completely agree. I think all of you guys down there did great. I saw you do work. You did great work, and I'm really impressed with all of you guys. So, you have the draft, the combine. When's your pro day? Like, what's next on the schedule for you that you're working toward right now?
So I'm only doing my pro day, and that's on March 12th. So, about a month out from now. I'm just really excited. I heard there's supposed to be a lot of scouts out there to see me. There's going to be a lot of pressure on me running that 40, but, that's part of the job. And I'm used to working under pressure, so I'm ready for the task.
All right, man. Well, hey, I definitely appreciate you taking the time to let us follow up with you. Hopefully we get a chance to talk again later on in the year when you're on a roster. But wish you the best of luck, man, and thank you for taking the time.
Oh, no problem. Anytime for you.
All right, man.
My favorite people to work with.
Oh, I appreciate that, my man. We'll have you on again soon. It's been a lot of fun to get to know you and work with you. He is Justin Sumpter of Kennesaw State. You take care of yourself, man.
All right, thank you. You too.
All right, and thank you, Justin, once again, man. Always a pleasure. And these guys from CGS doing the follow-ups, really been a treat. And I cannot wait to see what the future holds for them. Hopefully nothing but the best. So before we wrap up and conclude, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter episode today. I'm sure some of you guys are out with your honeys and want to make the most of this Valentine's Day, despite my advice to celebrate on Valentine's Day tomorrow when everything is like 70 or 80% off. So we're going to go through Elimination Chamber 2019. and I will go over the matches real quick and make my predictions. So we've got first up the Raw Tag Team Championships. Raw Tag Team titles are on the line as the Revival, the new champions, well-deserved, long overdue, will defend against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, and what I imagine is their rematch, even though we live in an age where they don't get rematches anymore. In fact, it says right here, while WWE has recently stated that automatic rematches are out the window in this new era, it would make sense to see a defense on the kickoff show, which is what we will see. Gonna have to give it to the Revival. If they were to just give it right back to Roode and Gable, there would be some upset. I mean, wrestling Twitter would implode, and it's crazy to say that about the tag team titles and a match on the kickoff show, but it's true. There's a lot of people that are in the corner of the Revival right now. So I got to give it to Dawson and Dash. I think it'll be a great match, though, a match that's worthy of the main card, not this kickoff crap. Another match that's probably on the kickoff is the Cruiserweight Championship. Buddy Murphy, the champion, defends against Akira Tozawa. I'm going to have to go with Buddy Murphy. There hasn't really... of course, I don't watch 205 Live like I do the rest of the shows, NXT, SmackDown, and Raw, but I do know that it is a great product. Mustafa Ali came from there. But, Murphy's had a dominant reign. This is Elimination Chamber. It could be the curveball of the night to have them change... to have them change titles randomly, but I don't see Tozawa this being his moment just yet. I think that the way Murphy won it in his home country of Australia, he'll lose it on a big stage like that too, and it'll be against somebody who they've really hyped up. We've got Braun Strowman versus Baron Corbin, and this match has been a long time coming again. If this one's on the main card and that Cruiserweight or that WWE Tag Team Championship isn't on the main card, that's a great injustice. I get that Braun is a big draw, but man, yeah. So as of right now, they have it still listed on CBS Sports that the SmackDown Tag Team Championship is here, The Miz and Shane McMahon versus the Usos. I don't know if the match will even happen, and if it does, I don't know who would substitute for the Usos, maybe The Bar. Probably on that one, but I think obviously Miz and Mac will retain. So 3 championships, 3 retains by my book, by my count. Intercontinental Championship, we have Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush versus Finn Balor. I was going to make a tweet about this earlier, that the WWE has a real problem with its titles right now and their legitimacy and credibility. And I think even if Finn Balor were to win the Intercontinental Championship, I don't think it could save it. The fact that they put it on Bobby Lashley is just crazy talk. But it would be great for Finn Balor to actually win a championship. But they've had him lingering around the main title picture so long that I don't know if it would work to have him win this as a consolation prize, because that's essentially what it would be. But they might be in a hurry to get it off Bobby Lashley because obviously Finn is not in the title picture anymore with Rollins winning the Rumble. So this one could go to Finn Balor. This could also be that wild card that they throw out as the title change. But man, for Finn to win a title at Elimination Chamber, I wouldn't put it past WWE. But I'm going to say Lashley retains just because if Finn wins a title, they probably want it on a bigger stage. And this isn't one of their big 4. Or even Big 5, really. The Women's Tag Team Championship match, though, that's got 6 teams, 3 from both brands. We have the teams of Nia Jax and Tamina, the Riot Squad, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville, the Iconics, Sasha Banks and Bayley, and Naomi and Carmella. So this will work just like normal Elimination Chamber rules. 2 teams will start, and each other team in a cell or chamber will be unlocked at random until all teams are in it, and then it is a single elimination. So once one team is out, they are out, and then we will keep going until we have a champion. I think Sasha and Bayley win this. I think they're going to be the first ever tag team champions, and it'd be good for them. It really would, because there's nothing else for them right now, despite the fact that they're both main event worthy as far as the women's title picture goes. Then we have the Elimination Chamber match, and that is the WWE Championship. Champion Daniel Bryan will take on AJ Styles, Randy Orton, Samoa Joe, Jeff Hardy, and now Kofi Kingston per the Mustafa Ali injury. And what a great night Kofi had on Tuesday. But I think Bryan's going to retain, obviously. This is that thing that unless they've got big plans for something going into Mania, they usually stay the course. So the Intercontinental title and the Cruiserweight title might be the only things that will change hands, if anything. Everything else, I think, as far as all the championship, and there's a lot of championships being defended on this, I just realized. Everything except for the U.S. title and the women's titles, but obviously, they've got plans for those. So anyway, that'll do it for Elimination Chamber, and that'll do it for us here on the Fan Show. I want to thank you guys for tuning in all week. It's been a lot of fun, and we will be back next week. All new episodes, our countdown to the Indoor Football League regular season will continue as we get ready for the kickoff, and I want to thank you all. Don't forget, follow us on social media. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/fanshowofficial, and Twitter is Fan Show Official, and then of course the Instagram is simply the Fan Show. And if you can't listen live, you can subscribe. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, and iHeartRadio, and our main platform, Spreaker.com, where we broadcast you live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from within Fan Cave Studio. So until next time, enjoy your weekend, Fan Nation. Enjoy your Valentine's Day. Give your loved one a kiss for us here at the Fan Show. And until next time, best of luck to you and yours. Go Niners, and it's all fun and games until you butt fumble. Good night, folks.
Do you remember the time that Mark Sanchez ran into his own player's blood? That was funny sports.
Thank you for having me on the show, man. I love the Fan Show.